So how to do checkpoint 2 here using the mesh, the warp tools, and the masking part of Illustrator. Go into our Illustrator document here. So first off, we need to create a blended shape. So I have a circle here with a gradient applied to it. You're going to want to apply a gradient to it so that it ends up having all of these different colors like so around here. If you just use a flat color, it's not going to look very interesting. So use a gradient, apply at least, I think I have 5 colors: blue, cyan, magenta, and black. So at least 5, 4 would be good. So click on one circle, and then whenever you make the circle, if you hold your Alt or Option key, you see how my mouse turns into a black with a white. This is how we will quickly duplicate it. So just click and drag out the duplicate all the way over here, and then let go with your mouse. And then we're going to select both of them. So, you could, using your selection tool here, you can just drag out a selection like that, or click, hold Shift, and click. Then we're going to go up to Object, Blend, Make those right there, but we want to increase the number of steps. Right now this is set to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 10 steps, it looks like, something like that. So we're going to go here to our blend tool in our toolbar, and if it's not there, go down here to this edit toolbar, click, and you're just going to scroll through here until you find it, and then you're going to click and drag it into your toolbar like so. And then you need to get out of this, so you'll have to click the 3 icons there again. Alright, so I don't want that. So here's, looks like this. We're going to double click on it, and then we're going to go up to specified steps, and instead of 10, we're going to type in 900. Make it a very smooth transition. And then we want to replace its spine, so to speak. So this, middle path here in the middle, think of that as its spine. And what you're going to do is, using the pen tool with no fill, black stroke, you're just going to be thinking of your sphere, how you're going to want it winding around the sphere. I drew out my circle sphere first and thought, okay, how am I going to want this blended shape to be kind of masked around this sphere? And that's the shape you're going to kind of make with it. So this is the shape that I made, kind of winding around the sphere like that. Once you have that drawn out, we're going to click on the blended shape, hold Shift, click on the new pen spine that you made, and then go up to Object, Blend, and replace the spine. And there we go. The next thing we want to do, just create your sphere. Alright, get your circle, drag out your circle. And if it's ever set to gradient like this, right here you have just regular color, and here's a gradient color. If you want to just apply a flat color to it, just click over there to the right on that flat color. Now you can change it to whatever color you want. So we'll do black. And then when you have that here, get your shape, and you want your shape in front. So drag it up there with it still selected, right click on it, arrange, bring to front. And then from here you're going to resize it. So I've kind of already done that over here. Resize it until you kind of get it to the position that you want. And you're going to have to think about how you want to mask in around here. And masking is just hiding parts of the object you have selected. So if we go down or over here to this one, and I click on the shape, so here you can see the mask is already set. In order to get to your mask, you have to go to your transparency panel. So that's Windows, all the way down to the T section, Transparency. And if I turn off my mask here, you can kind of see what's going on. So if I hold Shift and I click on this square over here, which is the mask layer for this blended shape, you see the whole shape there now. And so all I did in this square to the right of it was I used my pen tool and drew out shapes filled it with black, and that black, wherever there is that black, it's hiding that part of what you have selected, in this case my blended shape. So this mask is a little layer attached to, that you can attach to any object, text, anything you make, to hide parts of it with black. So let's go up here and do that. You're going to want to take your blended shape transparency down to like 50% so you can kind of see through it as you're doing this, because I need to be able to see where my circle is to know, where I want to paint, where I want my blended shape to be hidden. So in this case, as I kind of placed in my blended shape with my replaced spine over my sphere, I need to think, okay, how is this going to look cool? Where am I going to want to hide parts of my blended shape? So for this, I'm going to start here and have it as though this is wrapping around here, and then it goes behind the circle here, and it comes back around. So fairly simple masking job to do. So with this selected, as you can see here, right, little X, I need to make my mask after I click and select this. So make the mask, and it automatically applies a clipping mask. So we're just going to uncheck clipping mask, and you don't want to do invert mask either. Now before I start using my pen tool, I need to make sure that I have the mask square selected. Right now this little blue square is over my blended shape, and I want to start masking that blended shape. So I need to click into the mask for this blended shape. So here, now I have this selected, kind of zoom in, hit P on my keyboard, get my pen tool, switch the fill and stroke, and I need to mask out this part of the shape right here, right? Because I'm going to have this coming over and around, but this is the part that's supposed to be behind it. So let's do that first. So click there, make that. This is going to test your pen tool abilities as we're doing this around a circle. So I'll click there, drag out my line, so about matches it pretty good. Hold my Alt Option, and now I need to get this part hidden. Drag out that line, hold Alt Option again, and then finish it. Now I need to fill this with black. Right now it has no fill, just black stroke, and when I fill it with black, right, I'm in my mask, it's going to hide all of this. So there we go, that part is now hidden. So I have that coming around here. Now I want to hide this part as well, little sliver here. Switch this again real quick so it doesn't get in my way. And that's pretty good. There we go. And the final part to hide for this blended shape, I believe, is just this part of the blended shape up here, right? Because I want this all the way behind the circle coming around. So my pen tool and go over the top of my circle here. Should be able to just do this. Click, click. There. Switch it to the stroke again, and then click and drag out the bottom portion, and then fill. There we go. Then go back to my blended shape, bring the opacity all the way up to 100%. And I might have to make adjustments here or there. Alright, so I might have to click on my blended shape, go back into my mask, use my direct selection tool, and maybe tweak. I can kind of see there, so I might need to tweak this a little bit. There we go, there. And click here, get this path, and maybe bring that down. That part's good. You know what, that's pretty good. I probably would tweak underneath there as well a little bit. There we go. All right. Now click back in order to get out of my mask. All right, I'm in my mask. I have to click back on my blended layer here. All right, so there we go. We've successfully masked our blended shape behind this. I can select both of them real quick if I want to make them smaller. Hold my Shift Alt button now and make them smaller. It's a little bit easier when it's large to mask it. So now I can move this around, right? Place it in the composition how I like so. Okay guys, so that is it for how to mask. Just remember, transparency panel, click on the shape you want to mask or hide, start hiding. Make sure you click in the square that is the mask square, and then start using your pen tool and adding shapes of black in order to hide. And when you're done, just make sure to click back into here. And if you lower the opacity on your shape, just bring that opacity back up to 100%.